Chief High Court Judge Manjula Thilakarathne today 04 commenced the hearing of the case against former Minister Priyankara Jayaratne, following the revelation that he was guilty of causing a loss of more than Rs. 100,000 to the government by printing Vesak cards during his tenure as the Minister of Civil Aviation. The Bribery Commission has filed a case against the accused on two charges for causing a loss of Rs. 128,520 to the government by printing 3,000 Vesak cards during his tenure as the Minister of Civil Aviation between May 10th and June 6, 2013. This case has drawn significant attention due to the nature of the charges and the position held by the accused at the time of the alleged offense. When the case was called, Defendant Priyankara Jayaratne was present in the court. At that time, the charge sheet against the accused was read out and explained to him in the open court, ensuring that he fully understood the allegations against him. In a surprising turn of events, former Civil Aviation Minister Piyankara Jayaratne stated in the open court that he was guilty of the charges. Following this admission of guilt, the prosecution commenced the hearing of the evidence. They recorded the testimony of the former Deputy Director General of the Civil Aviation Authority, Minister Priyankara Jayaratne. This testimony is expected to provide crucial insights into the circumstances surrounding the printing of the Vesak cards and the subsequent financial loss to the government. After considering the initial proceedings and the testimony provided, the judge made the decision to hold a further hearing on October 14th. This adjournment will allow both the prosecution and the defense to prepare their cases more thoroughly and potentially gather additional evidence or witnesses. The case has raised questions about the use of government resources and the accountability of high-ranking officials. The printing of Vesak cards, while seemingly a minor issue, has highlighted the importance of proper oversight and responsible use of public funds, even for cultural or religious observances. The admission of guilt by the former minister has also sparked discussions about the potential consequences for such actions and whether this case might set a precedent for similar situations in the future. Legal experts are closely watching the proceedings, as the outcome could have implications for how similar cases are handled in the future. As the case progresses, it is expected that more details will emerge about the decision-making process that led to the printing of the Vesak cards and how the financial loss was incurred. The testimony of other officials from the Civil Aviation Authority and the ministry may be sought to provide a complete picture of the events. The public and media attention on this case underscores the growing demand for transparency and accountability in government operations. It also highlights the need for clear guidelines and protocols regarding the use of government resources for non-official purposes, even when they are related to cultural or religious events. The next hearing on October 14th is anticipated to bring more clarity to the case. It may involve further testimonies, presentation of evidence, and possibly arguments from both the prosecution and the defense. The court's decision in this matter will be closely watched, as it could have broader implications for governance and the use of public funds. As the legal proceedings continue, there is also discussion about the potential political ramifications of this case. The admission of guilt by a former minister has led to calls for a broader examination of similar practices across various government departments and ministries. The case against former Minister Priyankara Jayaratne serves as a reminder of the importance of ethical conduct in public office and the need for stringent oversight mechanisms to prevent misuse of government resources. It also highlights the role of the Bribery Commission in investigating and bringing to light such instances of financial impropriety. The outcome of this case could potentially influence future policies regarding the use of government funds for non-essential purposes. It may lead to stricter guidelines and more robust auditing processes to ensure that public money is used judiciously and in the best interests of the people. As the legal process unfolds, it is clear that this case has become more than just about the printing of Vesak cards. It has opened up a broader conversation about governance, accountability, and the responsible use of public resources. The admission of guilt by the former minister, while unexpected, has brought these issues into sharp focus. The testimony of the former Deputy Director General of the Civil Aviation Authority is likely to be scrutinized closely in the coming days. His insights into the operations of the ministry during the period in question could provide valuable context to the decision-making process that led to the printing of the Vesak cards. Legal experts are also discussing the potential sentencing options, given the admission of guilt. The court's decision will need to balance the severity of the offense with any mitigating factors that may be presented during the upcoming hearing. The case has also sparked a debate about the intersection of cultural practices and government operations. While the celebration of Vesak is an important cultural event, questions are being raised about the appropriate use of government funds for such purposes. As the October 14th hearing approaches, there is growing interest in how this case will be resolved and what implications it might have for future governance practices. The outcome could potentially influence how similar cases are handled in the future and may lead to changes in policies regarding the use of government resources. The Bribery Commission's role in bringing this case to light has been praised by many, seeing it as a step towards greater transparency and accountability in government operations. However, some have also questioned why it took so long for these issues to come to light, calling for more proactive measures to prevent such incidents in the future. As the legal proceedings continue, there is hope that this case will serve as a catalyst for positive change in governance practices. The admission of guilt by the former minister, while troubling, has opened up an opportunity for a frank discussion about the responsibilities of public officials and the proper use of government resources. The case against former Minister Priyankara Jayaratne is more than just a legal matter. It is a reminder of the importance of integrity in public service and the need for constant vigilance to ensure that the trust placed in elected officials is not misused. As the court prepares for the next hearing, the eyes of the nation remain fixed on this case, awaiting its resolution and the potential changes it might bring to the landscape of public governance in the country.